We're facing pretty challenging times in local government in relation to funding, but also the severe weather events that have provided us with challenges on our road network. There have been significant cuts in public expenditure, so it's really crucial that we make the right investment decisions and work with organisations like the Road Surface Treatment Association to help us deliver the right outcomes on our road networks.
We need to be mindful that we have an existing infrastructure and that existing infrastructure must be well maintained, otherwise the money we spend on new infrastructure to promote growth in some respects is going to be wasted or at least diluted.
One of my frustrations in working in the highway sector is that there is so much good practice out there and it doesn't come to the surface. Part of the Highway Maintenance Efficiency Programme is trying drawing out that best practice, but the Road Surface Treatment Association couldn't help with that in terms of providing good advice and information to local highway authorities, so we're kept fully up to date in relation to what's available. My own authority in Leicestershire, despite the cuts, we're still spending over £2 million per annum on surface treatments. And why are we doing that? Well, we recognise that it provides excellent value for money because we can maintain nearly 150 kilometres of our road network and ensure that those roads are kept safe and serviceable. Surface treatments provide a cost-effective maintenance process that seals road surfaces. And why is that important? Well, in relation to the severe winter weathers, it helps keep water out of the road and therefore prevents the freeze-thaw process and roads then deteriorating. You also get an enhanced road surface, which plays a major part in road safety. Surface treatments provide a very important part of appropriate asset management. So this particular document around life cycle planning and deterioration modelling is very much seeing surface treatments as an appropriate treatment in terms of overall life cycle consideration, particularly in relation to the move away from worse first, where what we're saying is rather than wait for roads to fall into a critical condition and then we have to spend a lot of money, if we can intervene earlier, what we described as the amber condition, with intermediate processes like surface treatments, then we'll get much better use of our overall resources.
Total network's about 2,500 kilometres. I would be concerned if we weren't putting a bulk of our preventative maintenance work into that amber, because that is our red of the future, and let's do what we can to stop it becoming red. Part of our work with RSTA is to provide ourselves with good tools, good asset management, good case studies that demonstrate to the politicians that preventative maintenance is actually very, very sensible. If we can maintain a balance and perhaps improve the balance between preventative and reactive, really work hard to put the emphasis on the preventative side, over a longer period of time, the reactive requirement will reduce. More for less doesn't mean service cuts. What more for less means is the same level of service, or preferably an improved level of service at less cost. So if we work together, if we collaborate, if organisations like ADEPT and RSTA sit down and pool their collective knowledge to find ways of solving problems efficiently, effectively, more for less will be the result of that.
As a former chair of the ADEPT Engineering Board and the Highway Maintenance Subgroup, we've always been keen to work with key stakeholder groups within the sector, and the Road Surface Treatment Association has been an important player in that respect. There is a turnover of staff within council, so it's really important that new people that come into organisations understand the benefits but also understand the processes and how to go about managing surface stressing programmes from a client side. So the courses that the RST are offering are essential to the industry to make sure we keep up our skill set and our understanding of the products available.
The key successes of the RSTA training programme, it provides confidence in us as users that the people who are doing the job for us possess the necessary skills. We perhaps used to be in a position where the client had to know as much, if not a little bit more, than the provider. Now we have to accept that we don't have that knowledge anymore. The better the provider's resources, their people resources, are trained, competent and on top of their job, the more likely we are to come out at the end of it with a good job less waste, less remedial work, and critically, less public discomfort. But to be able to go to the RSTA, to access that information, and it's an accessible resource that any local authority can use and frankly should take the benefit of. There are no two highway authorities in England the same. So there are 150 highway authorities. They're all different, big, small, north, south. They do things in different ways. And I think the great flexibility of the RSTA is that they're prepared to sit down with individual authorities, with a group of authorities, and find a way that best meets those particular needs.
The RSTA offer a number of benefits within the highway sector. Clearly having a trade association that represents a broad range of companies that carry out operations on the highway network is really helpful in terms of working with the sector, organisations like ADEPT and the Department of Transport. The RSTA also, though, provide a lot of expertise and information to local highway authorities in helping advise them on appropriate decisions in terms of maintaining their road network. And then finally, the RSTA within the organisation have a number of accredited suppliers that undertake the work operationally on the ground. So the RSTA are an essential body in terms of helping us maintain our roads.